because of the dog. Oh, baby.
You got a room here?
Excuse me?
You got a room here?
I've never seen anyone in the 2 years that I know in there, even on any of the trail cams. Now, trail cam 1 didn't do very well.
All the experiences out here, like... What was that? I gotta get out of here.
Tonight, join us for the return to Epping Forest. And this time, we are at Hangman's Hill.
What happens when camping turns into a nightmare? 6 real-life encounters were so terrifying, some were never seen again. From shadowy figures to haunted forests, these chilling stories will make you think twice before your next outdoor adventure. Case number 1. On May 8th, 2025, a YouTuber named Kayla, a solo traveler who shared her van life journey on YouTube. That night, she had been on the road for 16 hours, driving from Chicago to Houston with her dog, Luna.
So, I have a 16-hour drive back home. I'm gonna knock out a few hours and then stop and then go to the grocery store to get some things and then rest for the night. I'm gonna be taking my time back, but also rushing because
Rain started to fall around, tapping softly on the roof of her van as the daylight faded.
wherever I end up in is where I'll sleep tonight. And it's raining like really bad outside, so I'm definitely gonna be taking my time and being very, very cautious, but it's actually kind of peaceful. He does not want to get back at all, which is really funny. He actually crawled all the way up here. I guess he just wants to stay with his mom through the storm. I'm okay with that. Just watching the rain through the window. It's honestly the best. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to pretty scary. I found a motel to sleep at for the night. Looks kind of weird. Parkview Motel. Probably not what you think it is. I'm so exhausted, but I found a Days Inn. I'm gonna try to park for the night. I'm gonna park in the back and see if I can sneak in. Actually, somebody's sitting right there. It's kind of weird. But I'm gonna rest until the morning. I don't know what that kid is doing right there. I'm gonna go around to see if there's different spots, but
She pulled into a quiet, run-down place, the Parkview Motel. It wasn't her usual stop, but she was too tired to keep driving. She parked near the back, away from the lights, hoping to get a few hours of rest. A man stood near the edge of the parking lot, not moving much, just watching the road. She tried to ignore him. Kayla settled inside, changed into warm clothes, and wrapped herself in a blanket. Luna kept growling softly, her eyes fixed on the van's door. Kayla whispered for her to stop, thinking it was just a raccoon.
made my way to the back and I changed to something more comfortable. I had to put up the groceries because I bought Taco Bell. I know I didn't record it, but it was late and it was like right in my face. But I'm gonna put these up and make them tomorrow. Then move the dog out to use the bathroom before I go to bed. Little Rocky. Hi, baby. Put these right here. I'm not sure if this is overnight. I am not getting a room for the night. So let's see if I can sleep here. I'm not sure if it's overnight. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. I don't think I could drive anymore. I'm just so tired and I just needed to rest my eyes.
Someone knocked. 3 slow, heavy knocks. Kayla froze. Luna stood stiff, tail low. The knocks came again, louder this time. Kayla peeked through the curtain and saw the outline of a tall man standing by the door, not saying a word.
You guys, there's a knock on my door. Oh shoot, it's the middle of the night. Oh,
When she finally asked what he wanted, his voice was flat and strange. He said she was parked in his spot and told her to move. But there were no other cars around, no lights on, no reason for him to be there.
You got a room here?
Excuse me?
You got a room here?
I was actually about to get a room. I wasn't here that long. I had to use the bathroom.
All right. You don't have a room here, you have to leave.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I'm getting kicked out. And it's the middle of the night. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna crawl to the back at all. I literally just got kicked out. And I have to find somewhere else to sleep. Oh god, I'm so tired.
Kayla packed everything in silence, heart racing, and drove off into the night. She stopped at a truck stop miles away, parked under a dim light, and locked every door. But even as the rain faded, she could still hear it, faint knocks, or maybe just her fear echoing back.
Okay, so I found a truck stop, and I'm gonna be sleeping here for the night. I don't think anybody's gonna come knock on my door. I hope not. But it looks kind of dangerous. I am at a truck stop in the, like, wide open.
Later, when she checked the footage from her dash camera, she saw something chilling. The man was already standing near her van minutes before the first knock, just watching. With that being said, let's move on to our second footage. Case number 2. On October 2nd, 2024, this video was uploaded by Saucy Seth. He was traveling in a truck camper along the Delaware coast, exploring towns known for paranormal activity. That night, he arrived at Cape Henlopen State Park, once a World War I and II Army base, now a place full of ghost stories.
I drove for about an hour and I eventually made it to a small coastal town called Lewis, just north of Rehoboth Beach. I arrived at Cape Henlopen State Park, which was once an army base used in World War I and World War II. Later on in 1964, it was established as a state park, and ever since then, there's been tons of reportings of paranormal activity around the park.
He felt the air grow heavy, a dark energy settling around him as he approached Tower Number 12, said to be haunted by an old soldier.
Alright, so this is Tower Number 12, and it's said to be haunted by an old soldier who fought in one of the wars that have taken place here. A lot of people have come here and taken pictures and videos, and supposedly they say they can see him in those pictures or videos. I don't know if it's true or not. That's why I'm here, and later tonight we're gonna come back and we're gonna investigate it. So you can't even go inside of this watchtower. They have completely blocked it off, but it definitely gives off a very creepy vibe to it.
Not long after some time, rain started, drenching the trail. Seth walked carefully, his flashlight dim, heart racing as he approached the tower. The air felt strange, as if invisible eyes were watching him. Stella, his dog, stayed close, growling low and uneasy. Every step sounded louder in the dark, echoing across the empty park.
I don't know if you guys can tell. It's raining right now. Guys, my heart is beating so fast right now. We're going down the trail. I don't know. I don't really have a flashlight. Okay, the watchtower is up here. I'm gonna show you guys Stella so you can see her, how she's reacting right now. But the watchtower is over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's raining right now, and this is the I'm not gonna lie, like, I definitely feel like a very dark energy around here. Hell nah, bro. The energy around this just does not feel right. Alright, guys.
Suddenly, a strange noise came from the woods nearby. It was low, unidentifiable, almost like a whisper carried on the wind. Seth froze, paralyzed by fear, every instinct telling him to run. The dark energy pressed in, making it hard to breathe, and every hair on his arm stood straight.
What was that? Shh. I'll run.
Panicked, he turned back, running down the trail with Stella at his side, not daring to look behind him. The darkness swallowed him, and every sound, the wind, the rain, the rustling leaves, felt alive, watching, waiting.
Stella, go.
By the time he reached the safety of the town of Lewis, he was trembling, heart pounding, far away from the haunted park. Even then, he could still feel the weight of that dark energy, the memory of the tower looming behind him, silent and menacing.
Story of this place, it was scary. But with that being said, I got far away from that place, and I'm still in the little town called Lewis, but I'm just as far away from that park as possible. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week, and don't forget to stay saucy. Peace.
It was the scariest experience of his life, a night where the shadows seemed alive, and the stories of Cape Henlopen were more real than he could have imagined. That brings us to our third most spooky footage from a real camping encounter. Case number 3. On February 26, 2024, this video was uploaded by Welcome to The Woods UK. He had been building a small cabin deep in the woods, a place he thought would be peaceful and safe. That night, however, he arrived to find it destroyed. The cabin, carefully built with pallets and boards, was upended, broken, and turned strangely toward the forest. He didn't feel welcome in the woods that night. Something had come while he was away.
What the hell has happened here? Oh my God. God almighty. Don't know what is going on here. This woodland just gets stranger and stranger, but the gutting thing is I was hoping to show you lot that cabin built from start to finish. It was just going to be a little cabin. Might as well show you it now.
Earlier, he had noticed strange things in the area, noises in the dark that he couldn't explain. He checked his trail cameras and saw a figure moving in the night, emerging from the woods and triggering the camera. It was not easy to see, but the way it moved, silently, almost too graceful, was unnatural.
I found something a bit more shocking, and I was very, very tired. So I've checked him again in the van again today, and it's exactly as what I see yesterday. So it weren't sleep deprivation. There's a figure at night time that's in the right hand side of, I believe it's camera 6. Starts off, comes out of the woodland, and then all of a sudden it seems to trigger the camera again and then come back out. That again happened about a week later on camera 4, but this time it's daytime and it's a bit more explainable. I mean, it looks to me like someone's in there poaching for the deer perhaps, or doing a bit of wildlife photography, but whoever it is shouldn't be there. They haven't got permission to be there. It's only me. I've phoned the landowner Chris. He swears blind that no one else should be in there. It's quite secure as well. I've never seen anyone in the 2 years that I know in there, even on any of the trail cams. Now, trail cam 1 didn't do very well. it's definitely, again, if it's not the same person, it is a person. They're dressed up in some sort of camouflage or poncho. I mean, it looks like they've got a big beard. I think it's a man, to be honest with you.
When he went back to the cabin at night, it was pitch black, the rain falling heavily around him.
It's got darker a lot quicker than what I thought it would, and it's drawn in pitch black, inky black.
As he approached, he could hear wood splitting like someone chopping with an axe. His heart raced, fear taking over. Every shadow seemed alive, and the sounds of the woods grew closer, surrounding him in darkness.
That is where cabin number 2 is, or was, should I say. You should all remember, it should be put together by now. I was proper agitated that someone's done this to that. I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't see anything, but I could hear like wood splitting, like as in like someone chopping wood, like with an axe or something. I'm not entirely sure what that would have been. That was it.
He set up alarms and cameras to warn him if anything came near, but the night felt endless.
There's us. So this is the little gadget I'm going to be using tonight to let me know if there's anyone about after dark. It's basically a gate alarm that farmers use. It's a 1-inch cartridge, 12 bore, non-lethal. There's no way it can hurt anyone unless you actually put your face to it, which in that case there's a little plate that covers it over. I'm going to strap that to a tree and then run a trip line all the way around the immediate vicinity of my camp at about waist height. If that pin gets pulled from there because of the trip line being activated, this will let a charge off and it will hopefully either scare away whatever it is that's creeping about, and it will wake me up.
Strange noises echoed from every direction, footsteps and bangs from about 40 yards away. He could feel something moving in the woods, something unseen, watching.
I've not got a clue what that noise was. There's about 8 different noises, sound like someone was walking around about 40 yards away. I had no bang off of the alarm, but definitely a banging in the woods. Don't know what the audio is going to come up like on there.
By the morning, he was shaken. The woods that had once felt like a place of adventure had become a place of fear. That night had shown him that even the most confident camper could feel completely powerless in the face of the unknown. Moving on to our 4th terrifying camping encounter. Case number 4. On the night of November 15th, 2022, he returned to Epping Forest, setting up camp at the infamous Hangman's Hill, a place known for its strange legend. Cars left in neutral roll uphill. The full beaver moon lit the forest, casting long shadows over the trees, making the place feel eerie even before night fully fell.
Look at the campsite. You're jumping in, you're going to put it in neutral. Put it in neutral now. That's neutral.
Right, we're in neutral.
Right,
I'm ready.
Foot off the brake.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Let's watch him go up the hill.
Foot off.
Look at that, he's rolling up the hill.
Oh wow, this is dangerous. This is scary. Yep. Yeah, we're moving now. Yeah, it's going very fast. It's going very fast. It's going very fast. Ah!
Right, yeah.
Still in neutral.
Can't be bothered riding the car off. Right, you ready? Right, get out. Let's go and find somewhere to camp.
Oh, that is weird.
That's better.
Look at that. That's creepy.
Well, if we go around the back of the church and camp in the forest there,
Yeah.
we can have a fire because we're not on the graveyard.
Mhm.
We're in the forest.
Is that noise?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
That wasn't a normal fox noise.
As he settled into the massive 6-man tent, the forest around him seemed unusually quiet, but not peaceful.
So this is inside the tent, and I wasn't exaggerating when I said this thing is massive. It's a big 6-man tent, and you're pretty like 12 people sat in it upright, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's massive. When he said 6 man, I didn't think they meant, like, 6 giant men from, Neanderthal man times. I was thinking, like, 6 very small men.
Yeah.
Not 7 foot men. This thing is massive.
You can nearly stand up in this thing. I mean, not quite if you're tall, but if you're on the short side, you can stand up in it.
I think for stealthing, it's not ideal.
It's not
and
stealth.
Especially it's red. But beggars cannot be choosers. And if we don't get seen tonight, it's a miracle. I do have a camo net I'm going to throw over, but again, it's not going to cover the whole thing, I don't think.
But it is waterproof.
Yeah,
There shouldn't be any condensation getting through that.
Yeah, the good thing is the ground, we put an extra ground sheet underneath, and the one that's on the bottom of the tent, I don't see it going through it at all.
Shouldn't do. I hope not.
I put some more logs on that that are damp, just put them to the side for them to dry out.
Yeah.
We'll be able to cook on that.
So that's the cooking fire.
Yeah, that's the keep warm fire if we need
Right.
it.
So I haven't explained this yet, but there's 2 fires. That's for a reason. That is a cooking fire, and that one is a heat fire. That's why I presume that's why it's closer to the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in view.
Strange noises broke the silence, twigs snapping and distant footsteps echoing from all directions. He could feel eyes watching him, though he saw no one.
I don't feel comfortable sat next to that door like that.
What was that?
Up in for a bit, we haven't heard anything like that all night.
That was down there, wasn't it?
I've got the chills.
During the night, the sounds grew closer. Something was moving just outside the tent, walking around and breaking branches. The rustling intensified his fear, every noise sharper in the dark. He stayed inside, trying to ignore it, but the forest refused to let him feel safe. The rain poured heavily, making the dark woods even more scary. At this point, they were all scared.
I'm glad we weren't in them bad tents.
I like good tents. Don't like bad tents.
No, well, imagine if it rained on the roundabout.
Well, that would have been a bad tent idea.
Well, yeah, we might have died, but yeah. Lights out still. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8:20. Yeah, that tent's awesome. The rain was really bad last night. It was god awful is what it was. But that tent kept us dry, it kept us warm. I must have had a pretty decent night's sleep considering.
Just in case you didn't hear anything, there's a lot of footsteps and a twig just snapped down there. We've not heard anything like that all night. It's been very nice, very quiet. Lights out, I think.
Right, so I finally got my wish. The one time we've been camping.
By morning, he found footprints around the tent, confirming that he had not been alone. The forest, silent and beautiful in daylight, hid its true menace at night.
At 5 o'clock this morning, like footsteps walking around the tent. I was sound asleep, so that was good.
That night at Hangman's Hill reminded him that even a brave camper could feel powerless in the face of the unknown. Let's move on to our 5th scariest camping encounter for this video. Case number 5. On October 30th, 2023, he went camping in a dark, remote woodland, unaware that the night would turn terrifying. The forest already felt uneasy as he arrived, the shadows stretching long under the weak light.
Come on, mate. Oh, it doesn't half look creepy down here. Oh, this light keeps going off. Oi!
As darkness fell, he set up his tent near an area that looked like a pagan ritual site. The trees around him were skeletal and bare, and every rustle of leaves seemed louder than it should be.
Don't know, does this look like a pagan ritual site? I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy, so let's camp here, shall we? I can't see any pagan markings or out like that. Right then, let's
The forest floor was littered with dry leaves, making every step or falling branch sound amplified in the night.
but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out, and there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there, it's really, really amplified. But
While trying to relax, the wind and falling branches became constant, unnatural noises. Then something moved closer. Twigs snapped, branches cracked, and he could sense movement just beyond the light of his torch.
I don't know if it's just branches or twigs falling out of trees, but I keep hearing breaking. It's definitely getting colder now. I can definitely hear something out there. I can't see out.
Every time he shone his light, it flickered or went out, leaving him in brief, terrifying darkness.
Oh, shit. Hold on, mate. Let me get my light up. It's falling behind my back. Come on, move. Are you getting in? Come on, mate. trees keep falling from old branches, and they're pretty close, but I checked to make sure there were no widowmakers out here, so don't know. Always check for widowmakers. I'm gonna have to close up soon because this light's attracting all flies. Right, come on. Why is this light gone off?
The tension grew unbearable. Sounds of people shouting and running erupted suddenly from deeper in the woods, as if a crowd of 20 or 30 men were heading straight toward him.
Wow, what a crazy night that was, eh? When I was packing up, I managed to get my my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just...
He grabbed his bag and ran, leaving the tent and most of his gear behind. The forest seemed alive with anger, making him feel that he had never been welcome here.
Grabbed my bag and off skis, because my keys were in my bag. I look at my tent. I had to leave my tent here because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Look at the state of it. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles and that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Eh? Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well, look at that. Well, they obviously didn't want me to come back, did they?
By the time he escaped, the night had left him shaken. The tent was ripped, belongings scattered, and the woods seemed determined to remind him. Some places are not meant for humans. Would he return? The forest had already made its answer clear. That brings us to our last footage for these really scary camping encounters. Case number 6. On January 4th, 2023, she went camping alone in Daringwood, a part of Pluckley, the most haunted village in the UK. She had hoped for peace after the Christmas rush, but the forest had other plans. Unbeknownst to her, this part of the woods, called Screaming Wood, is infamous for strange noises, disappearances, and eerie ghost stories.
After an unusually long festive break, the enforced and relentless social activity that is Christmas had taken its toll. I hit the road. 2 nights of solitude camping in the woods was what I was seeking, and I was hoping to find it here, Daring Woods. Located in the south-east of England, this woodland sits just outside of a little village called Pluckley. Now, completely unknown to me when I arrived, Pluckley is Britain's most haunted village. In fact, with over 14 known ghosts, it has a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records confirming it's the most haunted place in the UK. If I'd have bothered with a quick Google search before I left, I would have seen these concerning articles. This one about the woods itself is my personal favourite. It goes on to read, "The ghost of a local highwayman robber who was captured, lynched and decapitated by angry villagers in the 18th century is said to wander the woodlands." However, the most terrifying stories about this woodland are undoubtedly the modern ones and do not involve ghosts but disturbingly unexplained deaths, murders and disappearances. And I'm going to be staying here, alone, in a tent.
As night fell, she set up her hammock and fire. The forest was full of strange noises, crows cawing, distant children screaming, and the rustle of unseen creatures.
Right, camp is set. I wanted to get everything set up before the rain comes, which is just in the nick of time, I think. But we've got the tarp over there, hammock, obviously, because I'm in the woods there. Very excited to be sleeping in the hammock again. Want to test out some new gear, so I've got my sleeping bag, some bits and bobs. If the rain does get bad, I'll probably move the hammock underneath the tarp, even though the hammock copes just fine in the rain. I've used it before in the rain, but it would be nice to have a bigger shelter. But we'll see how we go. I just wanted to get it set and get everything packed away, cameras and stuff, out of the rain, which is coming. Oh, you get wet. This camera doesn't do it justice, but it is getting pretty dark now, so I best crack on. I want to get an early night because I want to do some proper exploring tomorrow.
At first, she tried to ignore them, thinking they were normal woodland sounds. But soon, it became clear that something was not right.
There is a lot of noises in these woods. Where's my spoon? It's getting cold. Oh, whoa. Get that fire going, I think. Now the rain, I think the rain stopped. Or it stopped enough for a fire anyway. Sounds like kids screaming. That's just a train. Is it a bird or is it kids screaming? That's a bird. That's a gunshot. I don't know if you'll be able to hear a lot of this, it's pretty distant, but it sounds like kids screaming. That temperature's definitely dropped now. I've had to put my woolly hat on and everything, but this is ideal. Honestly, I've never known a woods with so many strange noises. It's not just your normal birds and stuff and planes. There's a lot of planes. There's like this weird...
Around 2 to 3:30 a.m., she heard footsteps circling her tent. The sound was too heavy and deliberate to be an animal. Every crunch of leaves and snap of twigs made her heart pound. She didn't dare turn on her light, fearing she would reveal herself to whoever or whatever was walking nearby. She tried to stay silent, even in the noisy hammock, but every small movement echoed in the cold night.
At first, I thought perhaps someone from the footpath had got lost and wandered in. That was the first time at 2 o'clock in the morning. When it happened again at 3 and then again around 3:20, I decided it's definitely not just a lost dog walker at that silly o'clock. So, yeah, don't know what it was, but there was definitely someone walking around this tent. It was no way was it a deer or a fox or any kind of mammal. The footprints were all wrong. Safe to say I did not sleep very well at all. It had been a long and mostly sleepless night, but with the weather looking okay, I wanted to make the most of my time. I walked back to the van to grab my camera and long lens, and a quick and healthy breakfast. Nick these from Emily's Christmas stash, ain't I?
Earlier, while cooking dinner, she had laughed at the ghost stories, but now the woods felt alive with a presence she couldn't explain. Shadows moved oddly among the skeletal trees, and every distant noise made her jump.
Gone for a bit of a early start with dinner today. 2 reasons. 1, I'm starving because all I've had is those biscuits from earlier. And 2, because I want to be done and settled and packed away and cleared up before it gets dark after reading all them ghost stories. If we get them noises again. Now, I'm not a believer. I am not a believer at all. But I'm telling you, this place is eerie. There's definitely a vibe about it. We've got the mushrooms, potatoes, keeping warm in there, steaks on the go. You're all going to judge me because I like my steak medium well, or even well done. I like it properly cooked, none of this blood for me. Not had a steak for a very long time, so it's going to be interesting. I can't wait, if I'm honest.
The famous hauntings of Pluckley, including tales of ghosts, monks, and lost souls wandering the forest, weighed heavily on her mind.
Still a little bit jumpy. That is because now I know I'm in the most haunted place in the whole of England. Now, Pluckley, the village itself, which is haunted, is less than a mile, stone's throw away from where I am, and then this is the most haunted woods. When I was at the van earlier, I picked up some screenshots of some of the ghosts. I've probably already mentioned it at some point in the video now. 14 minimum known ghosts. And I am in, or very near to, Screaming Wood. Screaming Wood, so this is where you can come for ghost walk tours, and they'll take you around the woods and show you all the stuff. But basically, the journey through the woods is made even spookier than the skeletal trees, which we've seen in the area. Many lone wayfarers who have come this way have been scared witless by sudden loud, anguished scream. What was I hearing last night? Screams. It comes from deep within the woods and sends the birds flapping from the trees while the crows were having a riot.
By the early hours, she was exhausted and terrified, but she clutched her axe and knife for safety. Every sound, footsteps, distant screams, or rustling leaves reminded her that this place was not for the faint-hearted.
It makes a noise, so it was, yeah, it was a bit dubious. But I've got a big axe and a big knife, so hopefully, if anything bad happens, I can kind of... I guess they don't know what they're opening the tent to find either, so that does make a difference. Anyway, blah, 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 waffling away. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. It means the world, and I will see you...
She survived the night, but the forest had made it very clear some woods are haunted for a reason, and she had just experienced their chilling secrets firsthand. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most horrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Stay safe out there.